David. David. So today we are doing a chipping lesson. If you didn't watch the first video on pitching, then please have a look at that. But now we've come a bit closer to the green, we're going to learn about chipping. It's something I've really struggled with. I'm the kind of person who gets a putter out from anywhere, especially on a links course. It's putter all day long. So really looking forward to today learning the basic techniques of chipping, because I'm sure there's a lot that I've been doing wrong. So yeah, so I'm the club golfer. This is my long-standing coach, David Blair. So check out his channel. Please subscribe to the club golfer. Kind of helps me know that this is somewhat useful to somebody out there, which is nice. So yeah, anyway, here we go with a chipping lesson, and hopefully by the end of it, I won't be taking a putter from everywhere.
Nothing bad to be said about it. You know, if you're on the seaside courses, I would strongly recommend it. I've done it myself from, you know, various yardages up the fairway, but I want people to become confident chippers, and this is what we're going to look at with that. I often think chipping is actually the easiest shot in golf, made the most difficult if you get a couple of things just a little bit wrong. So we're going to go through the basic technique, and I firmly believe if you can follow what we're doing, everybody can become a good chipper. Okay, so we're right by the green here, 8-10 feet off it. Don't need to get the ball up in the air. You can see there's nothing in the way. There's no humps, hollows in this particular shot. So I've got a 9-iron, and this is going to play mostly along the ground. And now to play that particular shot, all I'm going to do now, it's all about striking the ball first. And we'll come back to this instance. We want the club to be descending, ball and then turf.
Right.
So to do that, I'm going to get the ball back in my stance, just inside my right foot, and wait forward. And really all I need to do after that is swing my arms back and forward. I'm keeping connection, so I'm not just wafting my arms at it. As I move my arms, shoulders, everything's moving together. And even with this little one, you actually feel that, you feel your knees moving. Just let them go. You're not standing static. That's a dead sign that the arms are doing, you know, they're working individually rather than keeping it all together. So you feel those knees moving. So, but first of all, there's a break in this one. There's a slope from the right downwards, and I'm going to land it probably, say, about 10-12 feet over here. It's going to kick left. I reckon there's about 5 feet of break in this one.
Right.
So all I'm going to do now is line up 5 feet to the right of the hole. So a couple of little practice swings, get the feel, back through. But I've got this feeling of hitting down and through, and when I've finished, everything feels nicely down here. And then just onto it. Wee bit short, that one, and should have aimed a little bit further right, so this time yes, that's more like it, coming down to the hole.
Yeah.
So as I say, all I've done there, pick the spot, ball back, wait forward, and then that nice wee swing back and through, feeling that you're actually, everything's done on the downswing, and that nice kind of low follow through.
Perfect. Okay, let me give that a
You're
go
on.
then, to recap. So it's feet together, weight forward.
That's all you need, that's it. And as you're taking your wee divot, you'll start to see it kind of making contact just after the ball.
Right, that's what I'm aiming for, after the ball.
Yeah. Obviously got a bit carried away with that one, a wee bit firm. So shorter backswing now.
Good contact, and
good contact,
just got to focus on the distance control.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, good. Again, good contact.
Yeah, it feels very simple, that. It just feels like it's going to lift up, go through, which feels, like you say, kind of repeatable.
Yeah, that's good. Could be in the pin, in the hole rather.
And I actually caught that a bit high. I didn't.
A wee bit clean, yeah. Okay.
A wee bit clean, but actually this shows the value of the technique, because it still ran out. I mean, that was almost hold.
It's almost, if you catch them a little bit thin with this shot, it actually almost doesn't have much effect.
Yeah.
If you do it with a full swing, it's a completely different feeling.
Yeah, yeah.
But with this one, I keep saying, number one priority is to hit the ball before the ground.
That's
Seems
it.
like an obvious thing to say.
Yeah.
Bad technique, hit the ground, and if you catch the ground, 3 millimeters behind the ball,
Yeah.
you don't get it halfway. So it's
Okay.
compulsory, the ball turf. Okay, well, I'm by the side of the green here. No major obstacles to overcome. So I'm just playing 9-iron, little so-called chip and run shot here. But there's a borrow here, so I'm actually going to aim to the right. You know, it's coming from the right, sloping down. Like putting, obviously, you know, gravity's going to come into this. But the actual technique itself, I want you to get the ball back in your stance, weight forward. And really all we need from there is a feeling of this whole unit. In effect, you're actually turning your shoulders. So the whole kind of triangle unit of the arms and shoulders is moving back and through. But the feeling I've got is actually hitting down. I would actually like people to practice just almost like doing this, feeling as if you're going to almost punch down at the ground to get away from any habit of trying to scoop the ball up in the air. So I've done my kind of lining up here, picked my spot. I'm going to now aim at the spot about 5, maybe 6 feet, I think, to the right of the hole. Ball back, weight forward, back and through, a couple of little practice swings, get the feel. And then on and off it goes, and it's rolling down nicely down to the hole there. So yeah, and that really is the technique. So that's something everybody can pick up. There's no excuse for getting this bit wrong. It really is a descending blow.
Right, let me give that a go then, because that seems pretty basic from what you've explained there, but I've got it wrong many times before. So it's feet together. Where's the ball? Is it on?
Right, just inside the right foot,
inside
yes.
The right foot.
And always relate to your heels. So just inside the right heel, that's it. And then weight forward. So you feel your hands forward of the ball slightly as well. Before you do this one, let me see you have a couple of practice swings, and let's see a wee bit more contact with the ground. That's it. See, that's nicely after the ball. That's better. So that tells me there's more of a descending hit there. Yes, that's a really nice strike.
Nice chip.
Feel that? Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Right, so David, we are here. We've done the usual for me, which is miss the green, unfortunately. We're in the sort of semi-rough, aren't we? Balls are kind of down at this time of year. The rough's quite thick, so can you take me through how to play this?
Yeah, I mean, we're in this short, kind of fluffy stuff here. We've also got some firm ground here, and then there's a little slope down to the green. It's not huge, but it's going to pick up speed as we go down here.
Yeah.
You could try and play the fancy shot, the flop shot.
Uh-huh.
What I'm going to show you, though, to me is by far the percentage shot.
Right.
And I'm going to play the chip and run. I've got the 9-iron again. And the usual kind of principles here, ball back in the stands. I'm actually going to play it a wee bit further back here because of the fluffy stuff.
Okay.
And the thicker the grass gets, you know, the further back the ball should be. So, because what's happening then, you're hitting it earlier in the arc. The club's coming down, so you don't have all that sort of grass to plough through. So, ball back. And I'm actually going to try and just dunt it forward to about here and let it just kind of bounce through the stuff. So, ball actually this time off my right toe. I suspect, looking at this, there's not a lot of break in this. I'm going to just aim this at the pin. There might be a fraction from the left, but maybe 3 inches left of the pin. Ball off my right toe, and then from there it's just a real nice firm hit down. I'm not, because the further forward your weight and the further back the ball is, the more you're descending, so the ground gets in the way. So the club's not really going to come through, but at least you know you'll have hit the ball first. Same again, I'm getting over it, lining up here. Just a nice little, and obviously that one's a wee bit firm. Yeah. That's a little bit better. Yeah, I'd take that all day, really, you know. But one thing I never mentioned, it's still a nice bit of authority. The first one I just hit I swung a little bit too far back. Still accelerated. The second one there, shorter backswing and just a nice firm little.
It's more stabby.
It's always a stab, really.
I'm keen to give this a go because you made that look so easy, and when I've hit these before, I've usually ended up about here.
Right.
So
right, so really exaggerate the ball back a bit.
So back,
and
I've
even
got
leaning
on this
that's
toe.
right, yeah. Hands, that's it.
And then I'm bang.
Really solid down into it.
And I'm going to go
it.
quite
down, yeah. Don't worry if you don't have much of a follow through.
Quite
that's it.
Stiff wrists. I'm going to go with this then.
Okay. Yeah, good. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I'd probably take that over.
No,
what
definitely.
I've been doing.
So, ball back a little bit more, even. Just
more
that's,
even.
That's better. Yeah.
Get forward on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that came out quick. What happened there?
I think you just hit it a bit hard.
Hit it a bit hard. That's a simple right.
I thought it was actually a good strike.
Last one. I maybe feel like I pushed through it a bit instead of.
That's yeah, exactly.
On top of it.
Yeah.
So I might try and get a bit stabbier off.
That's better. I mean, you take that all day. That's pretty much stone dead.
Yeah, that's great.
That you're right. It's that feeling of actually almost like hit, and you'll tend to stop the club head, but you've made contact with the ball.
And it's a descending blow.
It's always the descending blow.
Because my big problem is always, I think, with the middle one there, I actually came through it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't enough down.
Down. It's always down. So really take aim. Really try and line it up like a putter. This is probably pretty straight. Yeah, good.
It's a wee bit hard, wasn't it?
A little bit firm.
But it was a good contact. That's the main thing at this point.
Again, yeah. But I'd rather seeing the ball run by a bit like that.
Right.
Because at least you're going to hold them if you get them online. Yep, there we go. Ooh, nearly.
Flipped. Okay. That's it. Just concentrate on line and length now.
Yeah, so there.
Good. Good consistency.
It won't take you too long, honestly, before you can stand here and do that consistently. We've got what about that far pin, say about a 60-foot chip. Back to my 9-iron, good old chip and run. But what I really want to do here is, have a look at the lie of the land. It's pretty flat, so I'm going to aim pretty much at the pin.
Right.
And what I'm doing really is actually making sure my club head is square on, the front edge here. At right angles. Forget the top bit of the club. The front edge is square to where I want it to go, like a putt really. And
so would you set the club up first, kind of almost forgetting the ball,
really, yeah, that's it. Yeah, setting it up. I'm keeping my shoulders square as normal, and really just lining myself up. And actually, what I've done now is got myself well over. We're told with putting that we're supposed to, get your eye line over the ball. I'm doing the same with the chipping. I feel if you're too far away like this, two things will happen. The club's coming far too much round about you. It's very easy to scuff the ground, and it's very hard actually to square the club, right where you want it. So if I get a lot closer and I'm over the ball, as I'm swinging, you can see the club's coming a bit more. It's not directly along the target line, but it's quite close to coming along the target line. Very easy then to hit the ball straight, as I say, rather than coming in like so. But as I've got myself lined up, looking down the line, squaring myself off like a putt, and then just the usual technique. And chipping, and it's running quite nicely there. And
quite nicely.
It's
hold it.
Right, that'll do me.
Fantastic, right.
Right.
Don't think I'll be able to better that, but I can equal it if I buy a lottery ticket.
So try and just get that sensation now of looking, that's it, swivelling your head, having a look along the line.
Like a putt.
Like a putt, lining it all up like that, that's it.
Concentrating on the normal technique that we've learnt.
Yeah, got it nicely
right
on
line. I just probably didn't quite get the connection.
Didn't sound totally correct.
So I'm going to try and get a bit more
That's it. Remember the descending, that nice wee
Descending,
firm.
I think that was
Could
it.
also do with standing a bit closer to the ball. That's it. Oh. Well, what can
David, David,
what can I
you've
say?
solved.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I thought I'd won the money there. Oh. Sorted.
Oh, right, fantastic.
Well done.